I introduce to you the third and final part of Resleriana Academy. Now this time it's gonna be featuring Academy Rorona and a new character exclusively for this universe, well, Eren. I guess it's time to get some info from them. Okay, so this is the second to last character that I'll be introducing in this set of Legend Fes Breakdown. So, Joyful Leader Rorona, a strike supporter, and this is the third variant of Rorona Rixel. I might have butchered her pronunciation, I'm sorry. Alright, this is scripted, so, but for the other part, it's gonna be unscripted. Joyful Leader Rorona's ability is the same as the other Nekosan team have, which is she will be immune to debuff panels and gets increased effects from buff panels by 10%. Her stats are counteractive with magical defense, being her highest stat, next to physical attack, with a speed of 234, which is a slightly slower speed for a supporter role. Skill 1 is Class Press skill. Is it? It's Class Press special. Rorona will attack one enemy with 82% damage with 8% break damage for 100 ticks of weight. She will restore a fifth of someone's HP that has the lowest HP in battle. A saving grace in case an enemy uses an attack with aim shot to one of your non-defenders or the enemy's group attack that might inflict enough damage, and an essential ally if your team might fall. It is useful if your team cannot maintain a bit longer during autoplay, so a little bit of last resort in case Rorona might not save everyone. So it's more or less grab my hand, I'll save you from the darkness that is unconsciousness. Her skill 2 is Well Done Wave. This will buff all ally skill damage by 24% for one turn, and whoever is next after Rorona casts skill 2 will receive a burst panel, whether or not it already has a burst panel occupied before the next ally's turn. This is useful for those who want to manually give the burst panel in score battles, but a caveat to consider when using Rorona's skill 2 is that her wait time will be 75% longer than usual, which is 275 ticks. Meaning, she will take longer for her turn to be next, opening up a few enemies that will attack other allies. While I do not consider needing this Rorona variant to hasten a few turns to double S score battles, it is an approach to allow your next ally to have options, unlike her Falling Snow variant, which gives the next ally a guaranteed critical hit. I do not think her skill 2 will be beneficial on autoplay teams unless your team has the patience to activate burst panels from her at a decisive time, so I'd say using her in autoplay teams, it's gonna be slightly it's gonna be RNG, especially that Rorona will have to manipulate panels from time to time. If your character does land on the debuff panel next after Rorona casts skill 2, the next ally that will have a debuff panel will turn into her burst panel, so it is useful for some attackers. Okay, super duper cannon, cue the B-roll.
準備 OK だよ撃てーこういうのかっこいいよねあれれなんか違うまあこれはこれで
This burst skill is cute and awesome to see the sweet sound of Rorona blasting enemies until she summoned a large cannon that tilted to the ground and rolling at its target. This is powerful for your team with its group resistance debuff by 25% for 2 attacks. Think of it like Swartz Rose Hades, let alone one physical attacker by buffing physical attack by 50% for one turn. I say this because this resistance with an average effectivity rate can work for amplifying both damage and break damage of an element. Expect its damage and break damage to be lower upon getting Academy Rorona for the first time. They can work well on physical teams and score battles while also making a significant help to progress and strike power. Her floors have a single boss that can tank a lot of HP, so if you need this super duper cannon and you want to see this every day, expect to hear lots of puke whales from, well, Rorona herself. Alright, respect your teachers! Really? Rorona. Bleh.
ローラナさんスト
Put away your stuff!
喧嘩はダメ
No, hidden lesson. Boom. Anyway, buff all allies, skill damage by 20%, HP received by 10%. Pretty strong that even magical teams can benefit her if you're going for Rorona skill 1 and skill 2. So for gifts, her colors are purple and green, strike blessing, strike shield, and magic resistance up if you're interested to use her in synthesis. Rorona's leader skill is hardworking class president. Resleriana characters can get her buff skill, can get her leader skill to increase skill damage and burst break damage by 50%. Not burst, break damage. So for those within this tag, Resna, Raisa, Roman, Mari, Marion, and Eren can take advantage of her leader skill. That is if you have any of these characters highlighted. So if you need a supporter, actually, not yet. She is part of tags Arlan. She is part of Arlan, Resleriana Academy, and Whimsical. Okay, if you need a supporter that lacks a Dempo or fully Snow Rorona, then Joyful Leader Rorona can be your physical supporter if you need a burst battle. And Super Duper Cannon. Great for physical teams, but her leader skill is limited to those appearing in Resleriana Academy, so consider your decisions in case if you got either Vesna or Sophie during the event period, Resleriana Academy arc. The noble wolf herself, Eren, the knight who shall not be named. Actually, she will be named right near the end of the event story part 3. There, go figure. Now she does have magical attack of A61, 861 magical attack, 769 magical defense, and her speed is 259. This is quite faster for an attacker, and well, you'll see why. Her ability is Neko-san team, so expect the same with Rorona and the other characters. She is the last Academy character that you can get for the set. Noble Vow, which this is look familiar for those who have Roban, Chapter 7 Roban in particular, the air attacker one. So when receiving panels or receiving HP recovery, she will boost her own magical attack by 10% with a maximum of 100%. This is useful because, Eren will increase her magical attack stat during the longer the battle she survives, or she gets more heals from any of your supporters. So, skill 1, Wind Wing. Okay, I'm out of my ideas. 51% damage, 5% break damage, 75 ticks of weight. Do note that this is faster than the usual 100 ticks of weight. She'll boost her own skill damage by 35% for 1 turn. A quick getaway, but her next attack will be amplified by 86 if you're going to use the same skill 1. This will also be effective for skill 2 and burst, so expect skill 1 to be useful for manual teams. Empress Ride. This targets one enemy by 223%, 25% break damage, and 175 ticks of weight. If she's attacking a weakness, she will boost her damage by 50%, which this is only applies to her skill 2. So alongside applying skill damage boost from skill 1 and then skill 2, it's a possibility that she will get 35 to 85. She will likely get a possibility of boosting up to 308% damage if you can assume this will be at level 5, the Empress Ride, and I gotta say, the slashing skills are pretty awesome. Now, she kinda reminded me of Mikasa from Attack on Titan. I'm sorry, I don't watch that anime or read the manga, so yeah, shame me. Anyway, now how do we slash the Green Moon, my lady? With Nova Break, of course.
実力を見せよう。せい。この一撃で全て断ち切る。
Nova Break has 370% damage with 70% break damage with 150 ticks of weight. After attacking, she will boost her own speed by 50% for one turn, and boost her own magical attack for 3 turns. This is slightly longer, by the way. And boosting her own speed by 50% for one turn is familiar for those who have Damsel in Distress Meru, which her first skill does this. It was shown if you have her first animation skill. Now, Nova Break is a unique one because not only she throws enemies to the green blue, which it was glowing green, you will see the twisted side of Eren, the Dragon Slayer. Now, why did I say it's Dragon Slayer? Well, if you have Sturt in the Arlen event back in I think it was in June, but back in late February for those who played in the Japanese version, you will see some familiarity, some appearances, some hints. So anyway, Nova Break is pretty useful if you want to boost Eren and have her next turn to go for the fastest. So either if you want to use her skill 1, skill 2, that's fine. Afterwards, it will go back to normal unless this is where Rorona, the Academy one, Rorona skill 2 will be able to take advantage of Eren's burst skill, because if you happen to have her on your team, she can boost, she can give a burst panel onto her if she is right next to her after using skill 2. This Nova Break, I'd say it's pretty good, but as a solar attacker, you might need her if you don't have that enough power for air challenge, the air tower one. I think it's still ongoing while I'm recording this video, but once it's done, the Academy, Resleriana Academy event arc is over, then expect Eren will be useful on other score battles that will be weak against air, or a few air affinity towers, if you will. So, she has gifts. She has gift colors of purple to yellow, air curse, destructive power boost for battle items, and magic damage boost. Not the best of the bunch, but if you want to debuff air resistance for either battle items or your weapon, I guess this is useful for one attack. Magic damage boost, I'd say, I'm not sure. Perhaps it's useful for certain skill sets where status effects boosting does not matter, but just at least buff its skill damage anyway. So, her leader skill, nonetheless, is the Shadow who rescues and protects. So, the Protector from the Shadows. This boosts quiet character skill damage by 75% when attacking a weakness. So, if an enemy is weak against air elements, these characters will be suitable for leader skill. And to be honest, this is quite low. Even I already have Keith Griff, Odelia, and Rose. So yeah. Last but not least, she is part of Arlen. Easter egg, yeah. She is resembling of Stern. Nice. Resleriana Academy and Quiet. So yeah, 4 tags at all. Well, restrictive, but if you're an Arlen team member, if you're focusing on Arlen teams, you can take advantage of these, because by this point, I think you have now at least a few characters that are part of Atelier Fes, one in particular, Excel, and a few characters that are skill 2 or skill 1 like Kudaria and the others. I guess pretty useful if you're going to be part of building an Arlen main team. But for Quiet, however, it's very restrictive, so that is a big caveat for Eren the Noble Wolf. While she is very powerful for solo attack, especially her burst skill is familiar for those who have Damsel in Distress Meru. I mean, heck, you can check that the same character that has burst skill speed up is on the same team. It's pretty doubtful if you have this leader skill. While her skill ability is stackable, you just need boost panels or AP recovery. Is she stronger than Roman? I mean, it's comparable. Roman, however, is boost skill damage, while Eren, on the other hand, boosts a bit better with her magical attack stackable. So yeah, if you want to get her, I'd say I would hold it for a while if there's going to be a story chapter that benefits your element. Oh la la! I can't unsee this. The true feelings you cannot see. So anyway, this is good. I guess illustration wise, that's so eerie of this. Now this one, while equipped to a supporter, boosts all allies burst skill damage by 26%. Any supporter can take advantage of this ability. It's not restrictive. So, but the stats are balanced, however. So any element that is part of the supporter role will be able to take advantage of this burst skill damage buff. I would use it on another supporter character, which I already have, Loke. Yeah, I still haven't used the Memoria time to study because it's still useful. Now, I'd say Academy or Rorona can take advantage of this one because she will be on the sideline attacker. But if you're going to use Falling Stone Rorona, the previous variant that she had, she won't be attacking that much because all she can do is just she can just boost critical buff and burst skill. But for other characters that are part of the supporter team, this one is pretty much A-okay-ish. So yeah, expect this to be very low because it's just at rank 5. I say the verdict on this one. This is the last part of the Academy Resleriana Academy lineup, and I gotta say, it's pretty okay. It's pretty a decent way to finish the set anyway. And I guess if you're good at seeing Rorona and Eren developing the event story part 3, you'll have to see it for yourself. Now this is the tournament arc, which is the last third and final of the event story, so expect more. Expect the banners will be going back to normal, and there will be some banner changes pretty soon. This was previewed in Japanese version 1.7. Yeah, pretty much that's going to be it. Rorona, best for physical team, especially she has critical, she has burst panel, decisive, and then pretty much a stackable, somewhat stronger Roman counterpart. However, she is let down by her leader skill, which is more or less the quietest character, unless she goes for an attack. And also, yeah, a third counterpart. So that's going to be it. Well, I will say that this set will be in for a little bit of less pulls. It's more or less going to be recommended for just daily pulls for now until if you have enough Legend Fes battles. So anyway, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Discord server Blue Sky in the video description below. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. See you soon.